What's up, Explearners? Thanks so much for stopping by. For those of you who are new, welcome. This is a place for you to improve your communication skills and public speaking, so welcome. Today we're talking about voice projection. A couple of you Explearners have asked me, how do I make my voice louder? How do I project my voice? Well, I'm here to help. So I hope that the 3 strategies I'm going to give you in this video today will help you make your voice louder so that you can project and command a room like the boss you are. So if that sounds good to you, then don't go anywhere. So I remember when I was a little girl and I would sing in front of my grandmother, who was a professional opera singer. She would tell me to sing from my head. And I never really understood what that meant until recently. So what she was telling me was a technique that many professional singers and actors use, that is head voice. So it sounds a bit strange. Basically, it's about using your diaphragm to project the sound from here, your powerhouse, and it comes out from your head. I mean, your mouth, yes, but you're imagining it being emanated from here. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways to project your voice. And I'll give you a hint, it has to do with your core. The first thing I want to tell you is the breathing exercise that you would find commonly in yoga or in meditation. If you've ever been to a yoga class, which I'm sure many of you have, they always start off with telling you to fill your belly with air, holding it at the top, and then releasing it. So you're breathing from your diaphragm. And they even have you hold your diaphragm, right? So put your hand here where your diaphragm is and slowly breathe in, filling your diaphragm space with air, holding at the top and then releasing. So many of us actually don't use the full capacity of our diaphragm to fill it with air, so we just don't really use that much breath power, right? And then we're not speaking in a way that's going to project our voice. We're really just straining our vocal cords if you try to be louder. We don't want to strain our voice. We want to project our voice. I remember when I first started out teaching over 10 years ago, and I would come home at the end of the day and my throat would be throbbing. I felt like I did so much damage to my vocal cords. And I wasn't yelling or shouting or anything like that, but I was talking all day. So the strain of just talking too much all day, but then also not using my diaphragm correctly, meaning not using the power from my core to speak. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to be able to have these skills so that you'll know how to protect your voice and project your voice. Okay, so it goes back to this idea of breathing. I want you to practice that, but here's the thing. I don't want you to focus on it, like don't obsess over it, because when you do, then we don't do it right because we're too busy trying to figure out if we're doing it right or not. Instead, I want you to be mindful of breathing from your diaphragm as opposed to focusing on that only. So what you can do to make sure that it's naturally happening, you can lay down, get into a sort of trance-like, calm, meditative state. So if you're doing yoga, then this is the perfect opportunity to practice it, or if you're meditating. And just allow the thought to be somewhere in your mind, but not the only thing you're concentrating on, right? Because I want it to be natural. And the more you do this, the easier it will become. In the beginning, it's gonna seem strange to you. It's gonna, be kind of strange to fill your diaphragm with air. And if you overthink it, what will happen is you'll start feeling pressure in your chest. And we don't want that to happen. So let it just come naturally. So that's why I say lay down as you do this. Just get into a comfortable position and then practice filling your diaphragm with air. So fill your belly, as they would say in a yoga class. Make this part of your routine so that you can actually stick to it, because it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not like, okay, after doing this breathing exercise for 1 day, 2 days, I'm going to be able to project my voice better. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, right? This is something that's a habit that we have to develop. But once you really are able to breathe from your diaphragm, you'll be able to use that and your voice will come out so much stronger, so much more powerfully. Number 2, I want you to stand up. Okay, I'm sitting down, but I'm used to using my diaphragm now at this point. But if you're just getting started, I want you to stand up and imagine the voice carrying from somewhere in your core here, in your diaphragm, and coming out from here, your head. Okay, yes, our mouth, but really focus on this area. Okay, imagine you're speaking to 360 degrees, even behind you, if that makes any sense. But visualize it. And then I want you to say something monosyllabic, like ma, pa. Okay, go with ma, that might be easier to start off with. Ma, ma, ma. And imagine it, just choose any color. Imagine that color just stretching and elongating and coming out of here. Okay, so you're gonna have to use your imagination for this one, but trust me, it works. And it takes time to get, but you will get it, I promise. And my last tip, number 3, laugh out loud. Get one of those really awesome belly laughters, just coming out of your belly. And you can even see your belly rise and fall when you laugh this way, right? Just have somebody tell you a really funny joke, something that you find absolutely hilarious, and laugh. This will allow you to feel that sensation. And you're not feeling it in your chest, you're not putting pressure here, you're not feeling it in your vocal cords, right? Of course you're gonna feel vibrations here because your vocal cords are there, but you're really feeling the power and the pressure come from your diaphragm. Try out those 3 strategies. Let me know in the comments below which ones work for you and how is it going. And if you feel a difference between speaking from here or speaking from here, which comes out from here, right? Okay, Explearners, thanks so much for joining me today. Let me know what other types of videos and questions you have for me so that I can make a video about it just for you. You know where to find me, right here on Explearning Communication Coaching. I will catch you in my next video. Happy Explearning!